Matu thinks that women are at war with each other. Again, in my circle, that's not the case. I don't know about y'all circles and the other people's circles, but the women that I work with, we build together. We build. So if you're not in that kind of circle, I'm telling you to change you, because I'm attracting to me the people who are like me, the melanated women. And it's not even melanated. I don't care what your color is. As long as you good people, we're going to build. So the women that I deal with, men and women, and we build.
Okay.
Yes, Stefani.
I want to comment on that.
Thank you.
I mean, in the some people may believe and some people don't, but even if you take it to the screen, and I know some people may not understand where I'm coming from, but even if in reality, if you think about Wonder Woman, she came from an island of women. Those women thrived by themselves. They did not have discord until what? Until a man came in and messed with their harmony.
Thank you.
As long as they had symmetry amongst each other, they only had discord when a man came in and tried to take over. So I understand where you're coming from with that. So he may be wrong on that.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Stefani, for that. When man came in to the island, and by the way, speaking of Wonder Woman and the Island of Lesbos, Queen Khalifa, she's named Queen Khalifa, is the one who she was over this all-woman tribe, and she was Wonder Woman was named after, or came from, she was modeled after Queen Khalifa, and the land was the land that we know of today as California. So California was named after Queen Khalifa, where all these big, beautiful, melanated women were. And California was known as an island. It was known as an island, and that California was the island of Lesbos, where these women thrived before men came in to the land and disrupted them. So we got to get back to the village. That's where we come from, ladies, women, sisters. It's time to wake up. All right. Thank you for that, Stefani. Let's carry on this section.
And when you're in that order, men and women are not in competition with one another.
And right there, he said, when you're in that order, men and women are not in competition. We're not. There is no competition. So this whole thing about, who's better, men, there's no competition. And let's be clear. The reason why you don't have to fight, because when you are in your right mind and you have peace, there's nothing he can do without your permission, period. All this stuff about, my baby daddy, and he did this, and he a low down. What's wrong with you? Because when I get a woman who's coming to me telling me about how bad or how terrible a man is, I'm going to look at her. And my question is going to be, why did you allow this kind of being to come into your dimension in the first place? All right, so that's where I am with that. Okay.
Jesse, I do boot camp and CrossFit classes, and these classes are intended to build strength and muscles. But yet I see less and less men in them. Why are men becoming weaker? The great black hope.
What? That's right. Men are becoming weaker because they're listening to the woman, and every time you listen to the woman, you will suffer.
Really?
Yeah.
He says, men are becoming weaker because they're listening to the woman, and when you listen to women, you will suffer, or he suffers. So once again, I'm going to say it like this. He is speaking from his own experience in his dimension. And again, it has to do with the fact that the women that he's drawn to him which includes his mother, because he drew his mother. I'm not going into that deep today, but he drew his mother. All right. But his whole idea is that women are weak, and when they give advice or when they say something, they are weaker and you're going to suffer. Okay. And so the issue is for me that, again, I got advice from my mother, and of course I'm a woman, but when she gave it and I listened, well, I prospered. Problem is the women that's in his life, and the women that are in his life are such that they are because of him, his own influence and who he is as a person. Let me continue on while he's getting that straight.
Why is that?
Have you noticed that?
It depends on the woman.
Have you noticed that?
It depends on the woman.
But have you noticed that when men listen to women, they suffer?
No. Actually, when a lot of men
Just
have
think
listened
about
to,
it. Every time
a lot of
you
men that
listen
listen
to
to women have actually thrived.
Every time you listen to the woman, have you noticed it didn't go right for you?
Not all the time,
But
I've actually listened to some women that actually were right about things
amazing,
because they're good observers, man. When you doing dumb stuff,
amazing.
I can't curse on this.
How
right?
come? Right, you can't curse.
I'm sorry. I said
So we have in the room Matu. Okay. Now, am I saying the name right, Matu?
Yeah, you're saying it correctly.
Thank you so much for joining us.
No problem, no problem. Pleased to meet you. Pleased to meet you.
Same here. So tell me this real quick.
I just want to say real quick. I'm subscribed to you.
Okay.
And Jesse Lee Peterson also.
Okay.
So I'm very, I'm very familiar with both of y'all.
Okay. Now you said everything you're saying is true, but the fact that women were at war with each other before they created men. Thank you. Tell me, expound on that.
Okay, well, so I agree with a lot of what you're saying, but of course, no one agrees with everything that someone says.
Right.
I look at history a little bit differently. I believe that women created men out of, like what you said, through the struggle, the turmoil that they was experiencing within themselves. But that was coming from the war that was going on between them. Well, I don't believe war started with men. I believe war started with women first.
I totally agree.
Because women were here first.
I totally agree.
And out of necessity, they upgraded their self or downgraded, or however you want to say it, and created men. Now, everything that you see everything that you see of men came from women.
100,
good and bad.
100%. That he is a reflection of her on the inside. 100% agree.
Yes.
Totally agree.
Yes.
So where do we disagree?
Well, that's why I disagree, because I don't believe that men are inherently the way that y'all making it sound is like we're just like almost like cavemen, like we're just built or created to be kind of crazy.
Okay.
But it's not like that.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Well, when you was talking a few minutes ago, go ahead, what you saying?
Yeah, no, I didn't say that men were cavemen, but I said that Y chromosome is very volatile, and it has a nature, and that women have not been respecting the nature of man, period, and that's been a big problem. That's what I was saying.
I believe that. I believe that, else we wouldn't be able to protect y'all the way we're capable of.
Okay, so now that's where we're gonna disagree, because y'all not supposed to be protectors. That's not what you all are supposed to do.
Yeah, we definitely disagree on that.
Okay, so we'll go into it. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Are you ready?
Yep, I'm ready. I'm ready. So here's the deal. For one of the things, as you said, which I totally agree, that women were in battle with themselves from the beginning. They were here first,
Right.
and that the
Right.
male is 100% a reflection of what's going on with her on the inside. Now, when we're talking
Right.
about why the male was created, he was not created as a protector or a provider, and that's not what he even does now in this day and age. And we're going to look at that from a natural standpoint. We're going to look at it from a societal standpoint. We're going to look at it as a biblical standpoint. But
Real quick.
Yeah.
Real quick. Let me just ask you one question. Women created males for what reason?
As slaves, the same reason why the whole
I believe that.
you familiar with the Anunnaki?
Yeah, I'm familiar with the Anunnaki, but we're going to disagree on that also. But I don't want to go to that just yet.
Okay,
I want to stay right here for a minute.
Okay, so let me get into this. Let me tell you why I say that.
Finish what you're saying. Finish what you're saying.
When we're talking, the thing is, she created him as a slave. He wasn't that. She was not supposed to be sexing him. He wasn't supposed to own nothing. He wasn't supposed to have all of the knowledge. And she was mistreating him as a slave, which is why she had to go into the servitude that she had put him in first. She's enslavement, and she's enslaved because she was doing the dirt to him first, and he returned it. So when I look at what the male is let's go into nature. When we're looking at who the one is that does all the hunting and the child rearing, when we're talking about every man loves the lion and he's the king of the jungle and all this. Well, who the one who really does the hunting? Well, that's the female. That's the lioness who's doing all that. When we talk, I'm talking. See, when you want to talk about nature, we're talking X and Y. You trying to act like humans don't have an animal instinct. They do.
We do.
Okay.
But we're way more advanced.
Hold on. No, we ain't that much advanced, and that's the problem. We don't. Yeah, we don't. But hold on. We don't respect. We're not respecting the nature of the being. So you just want to say, oh, we humans. No, we still in the animal kingdom. We still have those XY chromosomes. So she's the one who's hunting. It doesn't matter all the animals. When it comes to the ones who's hunting, 98% of the ones who do the hunting are the females in all of the societies. And just you want to say because they animals, they not animals. And I'm going to say this too. These animals are not what we have been told they are. There's something different than what we have been told they are, but I ain't going into that tonight. So the woman is doing all of the hunting. The female, rather, is doing all of the hunting. When we're talking about, and I always talk about this, the lioness, when she comes up on a giraffe, who's the one that's going to put their life on the line for the baby giraffe? Who the one who's going to protect it? Is the daddy giraffe going to do it? Hell no.
Well, can I cut in for a minute?
Go ahead.
Okay, so what you're missing is the fact that, for one, in the beginning, we didn't eat animals.
I agree.
Okay, so when you talk about the women were hunters, what they were doing was gathering food to feed the village. Gathering food and hunting is different. The food that we were eating was coming from the trees, coming off the trees and out of the ground.
Thank you, Matu. Thank you.
That doesn't take. You don't have to kill nothing to do that.
Thank you, Matu.
Hold on. Let me finish this before I forget. Okay. For two, I believe 100% that males were created to be. I wouldn't use the word slaves. I would use the same way they say in the Bible that helpmates. I believe that men are women's helpmates, right? And I believe that we were created because of the turmoil that y'all was going through with each other, and we were created to bring more balance. But in turn, what happened was some women raised their sons to be savages, and some women raise their sons to be righteous. And if you look in today's society right now, you can see that everywhere.
I agree.
All boys are not raised the same way. All mothers are not the same. They raise their child according to what they want them to be.
Question. You said village.
Yeah.
Tell me about the village. What you know about the village?
Well, I know that the world started out a matriarchy before I still think it's a matriarch. I just think it's hidden. But before it became a patriarch, it was a matriarch. I believe that.
Okay,
There was queens way before there was kings. The only reason kings came about is because queens kingdom. Made them kings.
Let me say this to you. Thank you. I want to say thank you. Thank you for doing your research. Thank you for being willing to state what you know. Because you know people like Jesse would call you what would you call you, a beta? But I say you are you did your homework.
I would handle Jesse very easily, and yes, he is hurting. He's very hurt.
Yeah.
But he does make a lot of good points and that's only because he's older and he's been around for a while.
All right, but thank you though.